Today's lesson is starting with a quiz. The quiz is, should the club face and the club itself stay square and straight towards the target all the time? Comment down below, what do you think, yes or no? Should the club face mainly, but the club stay square to the target all the time? I asked this question because few lessons recently, when I've talked to them about the golf swing and when I've been playing with people as well, and I've asked them about it and what their idea is and what they're trying to do in their golf swing. This comes a little bit more from the beginner side, but even into, you know, some of the guys I teach who are like 15, 16 handicap, so just like first couple lessons, what are you trying to think here? What's your process? Well, I'm trying to keep the face looking at the target the whole time. When I swing the golf club, I want to keep it in a straight line, is the big one I hear. I want to keep it in a straight line. Now that's not quite right. So if you commented no, it shouldn't, well done. If you commented yes, tune in. You're going to find out why right now. So, as we all know, in our set of golf clubs, whether we've got a half set, we've only got one club, or a full set, the clubs all sit at different angles. The lofts have all got different, the club faces have all got different lofts on them, and they're all designed to do a different job. What they are designed to do though, is work in a particular motion around our body. And what we want to try and do is see that the golf swing works on an arc. Now, if we were to play golf and hit it dead straight every time, the game would be a hell of a lot easier. If I said I was going to aim at that flag and hit it straight at that flag, I'd probably be on tour right now, but I can't. But one of the things is people fall into that trap, where they're trying to keep this club face looking at the target the whole time. But what we want to try and do is make a more rounded golf swing. So one of my lessons, Scott, yesterday, he was another one who said, yeah, trying to keep it straight the whole time. And what you tend to see when you see someone who's got this thought mentality, it comes from the arms a lot. The body starts to shut down, so there's no rotation of the body. They become very restricted and it looks quite awkward as you make this golf swing. So if I were to demonstrate here someone who is trying to keep it in a straight line, like I say, left arm or lead arm for me is going to try and stay straight, and sometimes the right arm will fold, but again it's in that straight line manner. So we see something where as it works back, that's as far as I can get to now. There's no real hinge in my wrists. And this right arm has folded a little bit. If I just demonstrate from this angle here, excuse me, as I go through, looks very restricted, and you can probably hear it in my voice there. I can only get to here, and I'm trying to keep it then straight and straight through here, so it doesn't look like a very rounded or a very natural golf swing, all because I'm trying to keep the club face looking at my target the whole time. Now what we actually want to do, like I said earlier, is make this arcuate motion. The swing is a little bit more rounded depending on the club you've got. Here a 7-iron, it sits on this angle. It will determine the angle that club really wants to move around our body. That's called the plane. So a great way to try and get this feeling, guys, if we were to pick my target, so I go straight down here, there, I'm going to put a cane in there, I'll just drop that one, and then straight back down here, another one here. I'm going to rest my club on the floor, and I'm going to stick this cane in now at the angle of my golf club. So it goes in there in line with my golf ball, and it's at the angle of my golf club, just fractionally in front of it. And then again here, there's my target, same angle, just in front. And now we're going to imagine as if this was a plane of glass for me. So I've got two canes now that are at the same angle here. What I wouldn't want to do if I was keeping it straight, I would go above it. I would come back down near it, straight line here, and go above it. What we want to try and do is actually keep the face square to the arc. It isn't looking at the target the whole time. For a brief moment here it'll be looking at the target as it comes back to impact, and then it's going to turn over. So a great way to try and feel this, and one of the things I get my lessons to do, if we imagine just putting our arms out here for ourselves, if I were moving straight I'd have to do this. They'd go away from me. I want to get the feeling now that I would be working my hands up and down this plane of glass. So I'd be here and I'd be working it round, up and down. And you can see it's starting to get a little bit of a rounded motion around my body because my hips are turning, my chest and torso are turning, and allowing my hips to work in this arcuate motion. Also, my hands, if you can see those, they're not staying off and pointing down at the target. They look away from it, they look back at it, they look away from it. And if I was doing it in this manner, my left arm would roll and my right arm would fold a little bit, and I get back to hitting it, and then it would do the opposite on the other side. And as you can see, it starts to look a bit more like a rounded golf swing. And the idea of this feeling is to get away from getting this straight line theory in our minds, as it were, and feeling that I'd be all the time working it up and down there, because what you'll see is restricted distance, you'll see a lot of slicey shots, a lot of pulled shots, and also a lot of poor contacts because your arms aren't functioning in the right manner, so you won't get the club bottoming out at the right time. So if you are someone who is always thinking that the club needs to be working straight, what I'd like you to do, if you can, get 2 canes in like this, or simply just try that drill there where you take your setup, raise your hands here, and imagine having a plane of glass working up through your body, and you're going to try and keep the hands on there and see that it's getting a little bit more rounded to get away from that straight line swing. So I'd be feeling now here and under. Here it is a little bit restrictive, this drill, so if you want to move in from here but at the same time just feeling that you work underneath here and underneath, so it's underneath and around, back under, and then back under and round, we should start to see that as you go through it, we get this more rounded golf swing, and what you'll feel is the club face just turning over and staying square to your arc, not square to your target. So let's give this one a little rip just to end this tip out. It's quite an interesting thing, this one. When I hear a lot of people talk about it, yeah, I always keep the face looking at target my whole golf swing, and it's like, yeah, you're going to be a slicer. So if we can get this a little bit more of a rounded sensation when we hit a few off, lovely, tiny little draw, all good for me there. And that was more of a rounded swing. It didn't look awkward. I got my body working in the right manner and seeing that I've got that nice arc, and I'm keeping the face square to my arc, not square to the target, is the big takeaway from today's lesson, guys. We want to see not straight all the time, let it release. Get rounded, let the face release as you're going through. So guys, I hope that lesson has helped you, and I hope it's cleared it up a little bit for you. If it has, do comment down below. Did you enjoy it? Also hit that like button for me, and remember to hit the subscribe button. If you want more free golf lessons to help you improve your game this year, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, and then I'll see you in the next lesson.